Nick Jr. is proud to present Blue in her first movie, Blue's Big Musical. It's coming this fall, available only on video cassette and DVD. Come on, let's take a peek.
We're having a show out in the backyard. All our friends will join along.
We can help with getting ready. We'll even help out with the songs.
'Cause we're gonna be
What we wanna be at the show.
Sing, dance, and play along with Steve, Blue, and their newest friend, Periwinkle.
He's gotta get out of his PJs.
What should I wear?
He's gotta put on all his clothes.
I know.
We invited the neighbors and their families.
Were they supposed
to see the show of shows.
'Cause we're gonna be
What we wanna be at the show.
It's Blue's first movie, Blue's Big Musical, available only on video cassette and DVD. Coming this fall from Nick Jr. and Paramount.
Hello, Blosix here with Zell, and we're going to talk about Blue's Clues, for God's sake.
Hi.
Yeah, so it all started when three people came together and wanted to make a kids' television program. In 1995, they had a pilot where a rocker-looking dude named Steve Burns came in and was like, "Oh, well, have him clean up a bit, and then we'll see him in like a striped shirt." And then, as soon as that happened, it was like a perfect fit.
Like he was made for the role.
Yeah, but however, he's not the only host of Blue's Clues around that same time.
Of course. I mean, I wouldn't know much about like the whole Steve era because let's just say that I had a completely different host who I thought was the like the OG. Did you want to start off the host, or did you want me to like say what I saw back then?
We'll go into some of Steve's episodes, then we'll go into some of his episodes.
Yeah.
Yeah. Let's see. Season 1, not much to say about it aside from not much to say about it. Introduces Magenta, everyone around to the house. There's a bit of a standard season, which is fine. That's what this needed. However, when we get to Season 2, things get a bit more interesting. Where we get to the season premiere, Steve gets the sniffles, which I definitely remember. Where almost every other minute, Steve is just about to sneeze or sneezes.
Yeah, that's apparently interesting.
Yeah, what can I say? I'm easily entertained.
Mm-hmm.
Then there's Blue's Birthday, which is my personal favorite episode.
I do remember that one, yeah. That was cute.
And an extended version on video with like an extended opening and a few more minutes near the end. Which, if I'm editing this correctly, I believe is like the extended part at the end, or at least the end of that part is at the end of this, because I gotta do that. There's also Blue is Frustrated, which is an episode I think a lot of people really should have seen.
Yeah, this can help this can help like a lot of people with anger issues, like especially for like children of the the target audience.
Yeah, entitled children need to see that.
Oh yeah, heck yeah. I mean, when I was a kid, I was always easily frustrated. So my parents actually, funnily enough, they actually used this same technique from the show: stop, breathe, and think, and it worked for the most part. It worked.
Yeah, I'm realizing with age that my anger doesn't really get anywhere. So yeah.
Yeah, anger tends to lead to severe consequences. You can let it out once in a while, but there are times where anger, it's not the best option. because it can lead to a huge blowout, and for the and to fuel the fire.
Yeah.
So I'm glad this episode actually called it out.
Yeah, we move on to season 3, is where a lot more iconic episodes are, starting with the season premiere of Blue's Big Treasure Hunt, where Steve and Blue eventually land themselves in the land of great discovery.
Yeah, and it's me waiting for that crossover where Blues meets Sherlock. Oh wait, they already did that.
Yeah, we'll get to that. And there's Blue's Big Pajama Party, where the Skidoo segment this time is where they go see the sun and then they sing about the planets.
Oh, I loved everything about that song when I was a kid.
Yeah, that was a great song. There's Blue's Big Holiday, where they touch on where they don't actually say what holiday they're celebrating, but they do briefly touch on Christmas, Hanukkah, and Kwanzaa, which was kind of unheard of at this time.
Diversity!
Yeah, and I can appreciate that they essentially spent equal time on all 3 holidays, which was very nice.
Oh yeah, no cop-outs, no rushing, just like a nice little dive into the slice of life and different perspectives over different holidays.
Yeah. Let's see. There's Blue's Big Mystery, which introduces Periwinkle. Probably the best cat character in all of children's animation.
Oh yeah, I remember Periwinkle. I liked Periwinkle.
Yeah. And then the last one I want to 2 more I want to highlight this season is, well, aside from the wrong shirt, which is like opposite episode where he's wearing a brown shirt and green striped pants, which was kind of weird. Yeah. The costume party, where it's like a Halloween episode where they're just like having fun at the costume party. And then Magenta gets glasses, which is arguably one of the worst, mostly due to the pacing. Because
yeah, I remember they had like another human character, and she seemed very bored. Like she seemed really bored with the concept of like Steve took this seriously, where she just didn't look like she even gave a damn.
Yeah, and spoiler alert, there's another version of this in Blue's Clues and You, and I haven't seen that one yet, but if I know the sugary hyperactiveness of nowadays, it's probably faster paced than that one.
Spoiled.
I haven't seen it. I don't know. Alright, let's move on to who you grew up with instead of Steve for now.
Okay, as you can tell from my perfectly distinguished accent, I am British, and I grew up with the British version of Blue's Clues. And now, try and see this from the mindset of a young 5 to 6 year old British kid, where he had no freaking clue who was Steve. Instead, we had a different guy called Kevin, where he dressed almost identical to Steve. I swear this was the same. It was the exact same scene as from the original, but they actually had like a new guy replacing Steve's movements, and that they actually hired British voice actors for the characters, and as well as giving them new names. I'll get to that in a bit. And Kevin wasn't okay stand-in. He seemed to be actually enjoying this, but I think Steve is more animated with how he moved, especially the whole Blue Skidoo Weekend do. He seemed to be very lively with his arm movements, and that I could admire. But Kevin still did it okay. I mean, but looking back in retrospective, I say that Steve is the better host. Kevin was okay, but yeah, they were also given new names for these characters, as well as like different voices. For example, Shovel and Pail, they're called
Spade and Bucket.
Yeah, Bucket and Spade. Yeah, it's weird, and I don't know.
I mean,
And,
honestly, I can't imagine having a hero named Spade Knight. I mean, come on.
Yeah. Oh god, I love that joke. and mailbox is called postbox. Postbox. Now, see that just sounds perfectly
That sounds
British,
that
doesn't
sounds
it?
like an off-brand Post cereal. Post box.
It does. Postbox. It sounds so weird, I know. And the voices are also different. Like, for example, I do remember. I actually watched some episodes from the American version. That Slippery Soap does sound more like a child in the American version. But in the British version, he does have the trademark "Whoa!" But he sounds just like this. And also originally in Mailbox, he has like a sort of a Brooklyn accent, like a very high pitched one, almost like same voice actor for Bing Bong from Inside Out. He has that very high pitched Bronx accent. But in this version, he sounds just like this with a husk. Post time, a letter for you, Kevin. He sounds just like this, and it sounds weird while looking back.
I
I'm
mean,
sorry.
come on. There was such an obvious replacement for that. The Postman Pat voice.
Oh,
Hello.
mate, if they did
Hello,
that,
Kevin.
I'll be over the
Here's your
freaking moon.
letter.
Now that is that is a really good voice. I would have loved to see actually do. Yeah, that voice actor's done like a lot of really good really good history with Postman Pat. And yes, that was also my own childhood icon. But yeah, but as for Blue's Clues, yeah, the British version was something, but I think Blue was still the same. The non-speaking animals were pretty much the same. Yeah, that's all I can say about it. And yes, at least the Salt, Mr. Salt and Mrs. Pepper, I think, yeah, they still had the accents. Yeah, they still had the accents. They didn't really Britishise them.
Yeah.
And you know what's funny? I'm just gonna say it's quick, but when I first heard that there was a Steve in an American version, I immediately thought that they completely changed the original version, which I thought was the British version, and I was like, "Oh, you Americanized Blue's Clues. Oh, great. First the magic roundabout and now this." And yes, I do remember what happened to that. But then I'm thinking, "Oh, so this is kind of reversed. We Britishized it." I'm wondering why, since that a lot of American cartoons come to the UK and they barely have any changes. So
I'd like to remind you that early Nickelodeon had a lot of British cartoons, so fair is fair.
well, yeah, but I don't know why they want to make like a completely new version of Blue's Clues where we already have the OG version with Steve. I don't know, it just seems kind of weird, but ho hum, I don't mind. Either one will is serviceable for little kids. I mean, it worked for me when I was a little kid, so who am I to complain?
Yeah. Alright, and with that said, let's move on to the 2000 release Blue's Big Musical Movie.
Yeah, you wanna take it from here? You wanna start?
All right. Here's a brief synopsis on it. The big music show is coming up today. Steve wakes up late, and there's a song. And then Tickety Talk and Blue reveal that they're going to be singing about being teachers in the You Can Be Anything You Want to Be show. But Tickety loses her voice, and we play Blue's Clues to find Blue a new singing partner. That's plot number 1. Steve then laments that he can never find the clues first, and the audience members always find them first. That's plot number 2.
That.
Then we move on to Periwinkle, who's who confusingly thinks that this music show is a magic show and constantly tries to show Steve his magic tricks. That's plot number 3. And then a specific character wants to be in the big music show and show off their chops. That's plot number 4. And there you have it. Oh, and let's not forget the main plot of getting the show together at all. That's 5.
How many plots were there?
Okay, that's technically 1 main plot and 4 subplots, which might be a record for children's television programming.
Jesus Christ, like the Sesame Street movies didn't have to go that far.
The only thing that those had to keep track of is where characters were on the map. Big Bird was the main focus of the first one, and Elmo was the focus of the second one. Speaking of which, I'm kind of looking forward to the new one, but we'll get to that when a trailer drops.
Oh yeah, for real.
Yeah, the premise is really interesting. Anyway, yeah, so, and I mean, I'm gonna be honest, as far as like preschool original movies are concerned, this one might be the best one ever.
I mean, I watched it and I just thought this was just an average piece of media that you can just show it in order to shut up your kids. I mean, you pretty much summed it up. This one has like 5 plots, and to its credit, they do eventually combine with each other. Like, I was expecting the whole Periwinkle act to go nowhere, but it does work with it does work into the main story and combine like one character in with another one who is like having a problem.
Yeah.
And I do like it that Steve is given an arc in this. He likes to find a clue for once, and I liked it how he finds it out sheer luck. Like, I appreciate that. And yeah, I do. And yeah, I like how he's also invested in this. I like how the characters do work off each other. They seem to have a really good solid friendship. The songs are actually not that bad. They're cute. I like the Getting Up song, and when they prepare their they prepare the theater, and also when they meet the musical notes, that was pretty cool. Who voiced him, by the way? The notes.
Hold on. I think it was Ray Charles.
Yeah, I think it was. But then and then once we actually get to the main performance, it's cute. It's cute, and I liked it. And how what really blew my mind was that in all the episodes, there's this snail who's in the background, and he's meant to be like a little Easter egg. Like he's just like there, he's just like standing there going, "Don't mind me, I'm just a snail." It's like the Adventure Time snail, but then and then he appears in this for no reason, and it's revealed that he does talk and sing, but with a very deep bass voice, and that is just probably got to be the funniest thing in this movie.
Well, it's not so much deep, so much as operatic.
Like a very deep opera voice, but it's so funny. I love it.
Yeah. Alright, let's see. Where were we in the plot? Okay, so after finding all 3 clues, it turns out that Blue's singing partner, Blue wants side table drawer to be Blue's singing partner. And this is where we get to the point where I say that side table drawer is my favorite character of the Blue's Clues franchise.
Well, she is the one who's always keeping the notebook safe and sound. So
yeah, and I am glad that after the movie, she got more involved in the show itself, which is very appreciated. Wait a minute.
Yeah.
Wait a minute. I just remembered I just remembered there was an episode that you were telling me about earlier. About
where she's upset because Steve didn't use his manners.
Yes, now you remember.
I
Alright.
remember that.
All right.
It was when Blue is sad, and Steve didn't say please when he wanted his notebook, and Side Table was just kind of taken back from that.
What was it? Was it Blue Sad Day, or was it which episode was it?
It was when Blue was literally feeling blue. It was when she was sad because a green mutt wouldn't stop bullying her at preschool. I think it was the same episode.
Okay, I'm gonna look into that later. Oh my god, yeah. I was trying to remember which one it was. I have the memory of a goldfish, I swear. All right.
And now you do.
All right. Yeah. So yeah, after that, everybody's trying to look for Side Table, and after having to hold the everyone else's hats, and after having to take tickets for a while, she just disappears and is like, "Fuck this shit," and then just like goes off in a corner and is depressed. But then
Periwinkle does like the magic trick.
To show that she's reappeared, and then after that, Steve, of course, says right to Periwinkle's face that it's a music show instead of a magic show. Periwinkle then goes off being a bit of an edgelord under his cape. It's like he's just like so sad. And then after that, I forget. I think it was I don't remember exactly who pokes their head out of the bush behind them, but yeah, apparently everyone's getting really restless trying to wait for the music show, and then everybody needs a bit more time to prepare. And then, of course, the audience suggests Periwinkle to go out and be like a preview magic show to just get everybody audience's attention, which is great.
Yeah, also, no, go ahead.
Yeah, which is great.
I was gonna say, I also like how the audience consists of like other characters that
have been there before. Yeah, I know too. It's like the slice of life of this series.
Yeah, it's like all the other characters. There's like this purple kangaroo. This baby bear.
That's what I was thinking of. That's what I was thinking of. It was purple kangaroo.
Yeah.
That's what I was thinking of. It was purple kangaroo who came out of the bush.
Some of the felt people, and there's also this weird like black and pink silhouette girl in the background. Oh man, I remembered her for one episode. She was like part.
That was for the chalk, right?
I think it was. Yeah, I think she was part of the felt world.
Or like in a chalk drawing, probably.
No, she was. Yeah, no, she was she was a chalk girl. And I remembered her from an episode, which I only remember just because of that segment. But it was very inventive. Loved it.
All right. So once they all get ready, they do the music show, and it's great. And then after that, that's it. That's the end of the movie. And I didn't mention it before, but I really love the songs as well. Like the putting it together, where they're putting putting everything together, and most of everything for the music show itself gets done. Like that was a great song. You Can Be Anything You Want to Be show main one is great too. Just like all the songs are not annoying at all, which is honestly a compliment, because most children's songs can be kind of a bit twee. But
yeah.
All right. I guess now we move on to season 4 and the introduction of Joe.
Well, one more thing. I remember I remember one more thing about my nostalgia with Blue's Clues. But like, did you ever have any of the toys?
My dad got me the thinking chair like 3 houses from the last one. Like I recently moved, so it would have to be 3 houses previously. I got the thinking chair.
Ah, that's adorable. I actually got like
I kind of ripped it apart, being a stupid kid, and but yeah, I do eventually want to get a thinking chair replica again at some point for whatever.
Of course you do.
Because why would I not?
Yeah, why wouldn't you? It's very out of character if you don't. But
Yeah.
I had like a lot of toys yeah, I had like a lot of toys back then, like from the local shop, Toys R Us. Yeah, remember that name, kids?
Man,
um,
that feels like a decade ago.
oh yeah, man, that was the jam. That was our jam. Now it's just Smith's Toy Superstore.
Mm.
Um,
Or Amazon.
but right, well, yeah, that. But I meant as in like a local toy shop. It's no longer Toys R Us anymore. Our, our fun fact, but our local one got burnt down as like a part of an arson attack. The ruins are still there. I don't think it's ever going to be revamped. But anyway, yeah, we actually had like a lot of toys for Blue's Clues. I got like a little collection. I had Blue, of course, with the plastic paw prints, and that was cute. I liked it. I had Postbox with a letter inside that you can actually doodle on. That was cute. Salt and pepper and paprika. And no, I did not. And also, no, I did not have the extra kid. Like, what was there of a kid called? Cinnamon or something?
Yeah, I'm
Like,
pretty sure one of them was cinnamon. Yeah.
yeah. So, I had like, yeah, them and their child, paprika. And to be honest, I'm just a side note. I'm just gonna say that they adopted them and just keep it like that. I also had slippery soap and tickety tock with the movable arms. So yeah, um, that was it. I really really loved the toys. And no, there is no side table toy, but you can find some DIY. You can find some some DIY like wooden ones.
Yeah,
Just
but
not a stuffed toy because I have no idea how that would even work.
I mean, it sounds pretty easy. It just sew most of them together, and then you just stuff like the cotton or whatever into a hole, and then just like sew the rest up. I mean, it sounds pretty easy, but
Mm.
yeah, but I'm challenging anyone who makes custom plushies for a living. I will buy top dollar a side table drawer plush toy.
I actually would love to see how that would turn out because I have no idea how they even work.
I mean,
Especially
I
when
don't
you
know.
have to like
I
move
mean,
the
I
drawer.
myself don't know how to sew, but I can easily see the process in my head.
I
More,
guess. Especially with the mechanism where the head has the drawer has to
no,
move
oh
forward.
no! That doesn't have to be the case. It can just be like without that.
I hope. Otherwise, it won't be a drawer. It'll just be a table.
Eh.
Yeah.
I mean, the
So
mouths of plushies don't move, do they?
let's hope not.
Exactly. Yeah. Um, yeah. So let's move on to the three-part special in April of 2002. Joe moving in.
Okay, so I only remember Joe from a particular spin-off, which we will get into
Mm-hmm.
later, but I don't remember any Joe episodes from Blue's Clues. I know that it said that Steve leaves, and I liked the goodbye episode. See, I think does he leave for like comedy college in the show?
No, it's just regular college.
Yeah, but I know that Steve does leave for real because I think it said that he just wants to move on, and that's it.
Well,
I mean,
that, and he was losing his hair, and he doesn't want to be a bald host on a TV show with kids.
well, yeah, I mean, I mean, you are like, he is essentially just talking to green screen.
Yeah, but I can definitely understand that. Yeah.
I can too. I probably lose my mind if I have to like talk to the same boring screen day in day out.
No, I'm talking about yeah. Yeah. But yeah, I watched that on pretty much premiere night, and it was nice to meet Joe. He's a nice guy, and it was definitely sad to say goodbye to Steve. It was probably some of my favorite episodes in that three-parter. Let's see. Are there any?
I've got like nothing else to say about
Joe.
him.
Yeah, I can speed around some of his episodes that I remember pretty well. There's Colors Everywhere, which has a really damn good song on the Skidoo. The Big Book About Us, where everybody contributes a page to show what they like and all that stuff, which I can definitely get behind. Joe's Surprise Party, where they're trying to play Blue's Clues to figure out something involving the party, and I really like that. That everyone else is playing Blue's Clues and not Joe. That's kind of interesting. There's the Alphabet Train, which is kind of like the Big Book About Us, except it's just about every letter of the alphabet getting something involved with it. There's Our Neighborhood Festival, which was definitely a nice episode, and it had a tribute to Fred Rogers at the very end. The Mr. Rogers from Mr. Rogers' Neighborhood.
That's cute.
Yeah. Yeah. Why must good men die and hazardous people still live? And then there's Blue's First Holiday, which shows how Blue came to the house in the first place through skidooing through a book. And then Steve and Blue were inseparable ever since. And the final episode I want to highlight for this part is the 100th episode celebration, where Steve briefly comes back, and there's just a bit of reminiscing and just having a lot of fun. And then there's a preview of things to come for Joe's era. Let's see. Is there anything you want to talk about really quick?
All I can say is that it is nice seeing that he came back. I do like how they feature that when he just he just just come back for probably for fan service sake, or that he just enjoys his time spent with Blue's Clues. But I like it. I like that. It's cute. But as of now, I legit do not remember Joe, aside from, well, you know what.
Let's see. Sorry, I'm just jeez. Sorry. Getting a bit choked up remembering all this stuff, yeah. But now we must delve into not very nice territory. But before that, I'll highlight the last big, three big episodes that I want to highlight really quick. Skidoo Adventure, where Blue and Joe get trapped in, some kind of, they make some kind of, miniature little worlds, playland thing, and they skidoo into it, and then the portal back home gets blown away, and they have to go get it. Let's see. There's Blue Stock, where which is the final normal episode of the series, where they host a mini concert with a lot of special guest stars, and I have mixed feelings on that one. But it seemed alright enough. And then there's Behind the Clues 10 Years with Blue, which celebrates the show and just highlights a lot of the creative process and introduces us to the pilot blueprints, which we have not seen yet, which I'm kind of sad about. But now we must go into the episode The Legend of the Blue Puppy.
I do remember that one. When you recap it.
Hold on. Hold on. Sorry, I'm trying to delay it by responding to some messages. I'm sorry. Alright, Legend of the Blue Puppy. Okay. Okay, now the kid gloves are coming off, Blue. Okay, so we begin on the night of a blue moon, and everyone's like, "Oh my goodness, a blue moon!" And then out pops a moon fairy. I forget the name, or something stupid like Lunar or something. I don't know. And then she reveals that Blue can open a door or a lock with the key, and the key talks, and it's like orange, and okay. And then they just go around the house trying to find locks that have keyholes and seeing if any of them will fit. And then after a bit of discouragement, they go find a specific little thing and just like, and they open it up, and it reveals a live-action set with all different types of puppeted characters, including Blue herself, who can now talk, and I am very sad.
Yes, that one I do remember.
Yeah.
Well, you know what? You go first. You go first. You're the one who's running this stream anyway.
Hold on. I don't want to talk about it.
You have to. You brought it up.
Alright, so yeah, sorry. Okay, I'll stop. Okay. This is the downfall of Blue's Clues, because after this was introduced, the season ended, and it was not renewed for another. Couldn't imagine why. And I have a theory that they were just copying Sesame Street, and quite frankly, that irritates the shit out of me because they shouldn't have to.
My biggest concern is that why they made Blue talk.
They could have easily just had her be like a smaller puppet and then just go around and just interact with other talking thingies. Like, I mean, come on.
They're not even the same freaking characters.
Yeah, you remember that? I forget what Jim Carrey movie it is, but I think it might be Ace Ventura: Pet Detective, where he's just like drinking something, and then he was like, "Come on!"
Yes.
I forget exactly what it is. If I find it, I might input it, but I don't know. But yeah, that's just like, I'm not so much angry anymore, so much as just really disappointed, and that's even worse. But yeah, after that, at the end of the subsequent episodes, there was a little sequence of Blue's Room, which is what this is called, and I fucking hate it.
Oh, by the way, that's where he drinks from a bowl.
Blue?
That Ventura scene is where that Ace Ventura scene where he drinks out of a guano bowl.
Ah.
Just throwing that out of the way, since you seem to like that scene. It's like where he was like tested. It's like when he It's like when he just coughs and he has that look and he goes, "Guano bowls, the heck is that?" Sorry, I'm just saying. Okay, but
No,
yeah, I don't really.
I don't blame you. I don't blame you. You were right to leave the wagon or train or whatever early. I was unfortunate to stay on the entire run. And I do mean the entire run, because the final episode here, August 6th, 2006, I don't know where the hell I was. I was somewhere around Niagara Falls with my sister and my father. I don't fucking know where we were, but that doesn't matter because the episode Meet Blue's Baby Brother, that fucking special, after, like, okay. Alright, so we open on Blue's room, already off to a bad start, and we're here with everyone's family apparently, and we realize that Blue has a baby brother that Joe and Blue know about, but don't know who they are. Question: why? If you know that
I have no idea.
If you know she has a brother, why would you not know his name?
I don't know. Maybe the original owners just sent him back because they just could not tolerate the little puppy. Who knows?
And then they have to skidoo into Puppyville. So it's like an unholy abomination of Blue's Clues and Blue's Room. We're just like doing both, and then they have to find gold clues in order to and then once they find all the gold clues, they go to the golden thinking chair on top of Mount Crumpet or whatever. Okay.
All I know is that I do remember watching this show.
Yeah, and then
a long time ago in America.
Yeah. Okay. Let me just set the first few minutes up when they skidoo in. Okay, so they go in, they look around and see all the different types of puppies that essentially kind of look like Blue, but not really. Like they're like way friggin' thinner and like smaller than Blue. And then, as opposed to like the furry Blue, as opposed to like the furry texture that Blue has, they're all just like smooth, and like it's like the difference between a rug and leather. No,
Okay.
no, it's like a rug and nylon. I don't know. That's not right. That's not the point. Okay, yeah. So they go over, and then a character with a name called Sprinkles comes over and is like, I want to earn my spots, and they allow him to tag along. Notice that he's the only one that gets a name aside from Blue and Joe. Now, we keep going, we earn more clues, he earns more spots, and once they get all 3 clues, they go on the train and they go over to the thinking chair in the sky. And once they figure out Blue's clues, they realize that Sprinkles is Blue's baby brother. That might seem obvious to you now that I pointed that out. That was my thought process probably back in the day. And I was just extremely angry. That was the first time that I ever threw a temper tantrum.
No, well, obviously this caused.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, I was gonna say a twist like that.
I like
really
to
caused you some trauma.
I'd like to say that I like my sister cried a lot, and then when I was born, I barely said a word. And I threw a temper tantrum at that. That is just going to show how infuriated this special made me. That little twisty twist at the end, or whatever it is. It ruined my... Well, okay, it ended my childhood, to be more accurate. And for a while, I never wanted to see Blue's Clues again. But I realized...
But then they made a reboot.
No. I went back to Blue's Clues sooner than that. But yeah.
Oh, cool.
Yeah, but now I guess we should talk about the reboot, as that is a nice little end to our story.
I haven't seen it. I've only seen clips, and from what I can tell, it does look pretty solid.
Yeah.
The CG looks cute. Looks close to their original designs. Like Blue definitely looks very expressive, and I liked how they brought. I like the designs of the other characters, and the new host. He seems pretty likable. I don't know anything about him, but he seems pretty cool. I mean, have you seen it?
Yeah, I saw the first episode. It was good. We have Josh instead of Joe, And in the first episode, it's revealed through a Skype call that Josh is like, I think, their cousin, I think, and then Joe is working at the present store, which was prominent in the original series, and then Steve is working as a detective from a detective agency. Both of those are perfect for them. And I love that. Yeah. Let's see what else. I guess the only thing really... Like, I'd probably have to look at more episodes, but they'll probably be good. I've seen that some of them are repeats of previous episodes, which is fine. But yeah. And the only other piece of thing that I think we should talk about briefly is the fact that there's a new movie coming out.
Yeah, is that when Blue and Josh go to they go to like a Broadway musical?
Yeah, instead of a like musical in the backyard, they're doing Broadway this time around.
Oh, wow, they really I was gonna say they really upped their game from back then.
Yeah, and Steve and Joe are scheduled to make an appearance as well, which is gonna be good. But yeah,
well, that I can appreciate. They're bringing back the original hosts, and I love to see Steve again. Maybe he can be like an old time, like one of those old timers. Just like happy to see Blue, like probably like his obviously he's like his original owner of Blue, and then, like a happy reunion. I can actually see this working.
Yeah. What else? I think that's it. And yeah, despite my misgivings about where Blue's Clues was before the reboot, I still love this show no matter what.
Yeah, I mean, yeah, it can be repetitive and a little annoying at times, but this show is just genuine. Like, it's great for little kids. It has like the same basics as Sesame Street, and you know what? If Sesame Street is still going on, which I fully endorse, I could see I don't see what's stopping them from continuing Blue's Clues, because that is like, it's a really good educational show for like little kids. It doesn't feel like it's talking down to them. It has them interact. It interacts with the kids. It makes them feel as part of the premise, and the hosts do like a fantastic job at like acting, especially when all they're looking at is just nothing. But they take the idea of looking at cardboard cutouts and they just treat them not as like products but as characters, and that is what I appreciate. Pretty much like baby's first Roger Rabbit.
Maybe, but yeah. There's a lot to love about the original, and I'm pretty sure the reboot is fun in its own right. I just need to see more episodes of it, but yeah. I'm looking forward to seeing what happens with Blue now that she's back in the public eye, and I'm glad that people remember Blue's Clues in a positive light as opposed to myself when I think back sometimes on it. But yeah, I think that should just about do it. So happy 25th anniversary to Blue's Clues.
No, indeed. I'm actually chuffed that she made it this far. Well, I guess we can close off by saying, we just talked about Blue's Clues. We just talked about Blue's Clues. We just talked about Blue's Clues because we're really nostalgic. Do.
That is so sweet. Okay, you're welcome, Blue. Thank you, too. Hey, let's get back to the party and have some cake and cookies. Okay, I would just like to say thanks to all of you. Thank you so much for making Blue's birthday party so special.
Now it's time for So Long, but we'll sing just one more song. Thanks for doing your part. You sure are smart. You know, with me and you and my dog Blue, we can do anything that we wanna do.
Hello, Chip Boy.